Andrew. So our next presenter is Sebastian Wahl, who's the Director and VP Corporate Development for SILVERX Mining.
Good morning, everyone. So I'll be presenting a fairly new company called SILVERX, a pre-commercial production story with a silver, lead, silver, zinc production in Peru. I'm also going to make some forward-looking statements. And here very quickly, what is our vision? The vision of SILVERX, its founders and its team, is to become a mid-tier silver producer within the next few years. And to do so, there's two ways forward. One is namely to continue exploring and working on what we already have, the organic growth within our tenements. And second to that, we also have the opportunity for some inorganic growth to get there. There's three takeaways for today's presentation. The one is we have a resource of approximately 200 million ounces of silver equivalent. That includes a massive update between July last year and May this year of over 100 million ounces. Our exploration is fairly successful due to our extensive drilling, which is the second takeaway. We do not stop drilling, and we expect our results to continue the way, not forever, but at least for a while. We do have approximately 50,000 to 20,000 hectares of a land package. We do have a fully permitted plant and mill. We are operating, we have a resource that is substantially larger than our mill would make sense for. Hence, you can expect an upcoming PEA. And those are the three takeaways for today's presentation. A very quick glance on our last news release just from last week. We are a producing company, even though we're just ramping up or in pre-commercial production, as they call it. We started January, February with a modest 20 to 40,000 ounces silver equivalent. We have now reached 125,000 ounces silver equivalent, and we expect to continue that ramp up and reach approximately 180 to 200,000 ounces silver equivalent towards the end of the year. That's also where we're going to announce commercial production, and we will publicly speaking about our cost structure. Very quickly, for those who do not know us, the company is still to a large degree management owned. Jose Maria Garcia, our CEO, myself, we are the co-founders of the company. Together, we hold approximately 20% of the company, a little bit more. So we are the largest individual shareholders. Francis Johnson, who represents Baker Steel Resource Trust, is our largest institutional shareholders. So between the board members and the management, we hold about 40% of the company. Subsequently, the interests of management and shareholders are very much aligned. Currently, our market cap is a disappointing 33 million. Just hearing Andrew talk, I had to reflect on that a little bit. What does it actually mean comparing to our resource? As I mentioned, we have approximately 200 million ounces silver equivalent as a resource, meaning our enterprise value per silver ounce equivalent is less than 20 cents. So that seems like an attractive valuation. And unlike exploration companies or development companies, we are in a position where our production already covers our own costs. We're EBITDA positive, meaning we are in the position to generate cash. We have revenues of approximately $1.5 to $1.7 million a year at the moment. That is US dollars, by the way, allowing us to continue doing what we do. A very quick overview on our district. We have a district in the south center of Peru, in Huancavelica. At the north of the district, you find a TANGANA mining unit. The TANGANA mining unit is the one, when you read our press releases, when we have sales or our current production, all comes from that area. Strategically located in that district, in the middle of it, is our processing plant. Our processing plant currently has a processing capacity of 720 tons per day. That translates in approximately 1.7 to 2.5 million ounces silver equivalent, approximately there. In the southeast, you'll see the Esperanza mining unit, which is something that we're going to develop towards 2023. And to the west, to the southwest, you find Maria Luisa, which is a high-grade satellite project that will eventually be taken online to feed our production. Just as a quick takeaway from this slide, the Tangana mining unit completely fills our plant. So our mine production is feeding our plant. Here's a very quick snapshot on our resource. We put out an update on our 43-101 early in May. Feel free to look that up. We have approximately 15 million tons in inferred resources. We put almost 1 million tons into measured and indicated, which is about a 5-year mine life in our case. And all of that just happened within 1 year. Initially, our going public was at 70 million ounces silver equivalent, and now we're closer to the 200 million ounces silver equivalent. Needless to say that that sort of scenario creates the question, what are we going to do down the road, which is namely work on a PEA, which you can expect towards the end of the year, which will allow us to understand how the future of this company looks like, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 tons a day scenario. In the meanwhile, let's look at the Tangana and the Tangana mining unit. Just very quickly, I'm not a geologist, neither am I a mining engineer, but to give you an understanding of the scope of this, Tangana is approximately 10.5 kilometers long, is a multi-vein deposit. Most of those veins are outcropping. Here you see a long section of that very vein where we're currently producing in. On the lower right corner where the green lines are, that is where we're currently producing. We are drilling below where we're currently producing. We have old developments that help us to understand the vein better, and most of the vein is outcropping, hence we have an extremely good understanding of what it is. Due to the little time we have available, I'm going to jump over the details, but feel free to look at this presentation online. You'll see that our channel samples, our drill results verify a very good resource for our current production. The Tangana mining unit is a multi-vein deposit. What does it actually mean for us? It means that we can mine the entire resource through one infrastructure. That means it's a lot more efficient and there's a lot less impact on the surface. To the north of the Tangana, mining unit, you'll see the Cauca vein, which is the next vein we are going to take into production. So we're currently developing our infrastructure towards that mine. And here again, you'll see a vein that is between 1.5 and 2 meters wide, which means we can mine mechanized, and the grades are between 500 grams and 1.5 kilos of silver equivalent. That will be added to our production fairly soon. Last but not least, on the production side, we do have down the southeast, the Esperanza mining unit, which will be going to production towards 2023. Again, a multi-vein deposit. It comes with a resource of about 500,000 tons from the previous owner, even better grades than Tangana, but it takes a little bit more time to prepare that mining for production. What I'm trying to say with this is we have the Tangana mining unit with over 12 million tons of our resource come from there. And there's another mining unit equally well mineralized to provide a long mine life to our existing plant. What are the catalysts going forward? I think that's something that investors are always curious on. I think we have delivered on several of those very much. We have updated our resource. We sort of doubled our resource within 1 year with a reasonable exploration budget, meaning the return on investment for our exploration is just spectacular. That will lead to the question, what are we going to do? So you can, towards the end of the year, expect a PEA showcasing how the company will look with a 2,000 to 3,000 ton a day scenario, or in ounces, we're talking between 5 and 7 million ounces a year of production profile for that company. Our exploration is going to continue. We're never going to stop drilling. The district, as I mentioned, is almost 20,000 hectares. We are, by the way, the first company who has ever managed in that district to consolidate such a large land package in over 400 years. But the company, the asset you've been presented with has not existed the way it does today before, giving a great opportunity for investors. So PEA, you can also expect another resource update within the next few months, and you can also expect continuously good production results as you've seen the last 3 months, until we probably reach full commercial production towards the end of the year of approximately 200,000 ounces. I'm going to skip on the other project. Here are a few impressions of our operation. This is a sample from the Tangana mine where we have consistently great gold values, adding to the bottom line of the operation. So besides silver, lead, and zinc, we're also recovering a lot of gold. Here you see our CEO in one of our drilling chambers at the Tangana mine. And then perhaps a quick word, even though we are a very small company, we're trying to take ESG very serious, meaning we try to do sustainable development through mining. What does it mean? Lots of the workforce come from the local community. We do return a lot of the money that we make with the mine to the community by hiring the services and so on. So just last year, $2.6 million went back to the community by purchasing services and whatnot. So it's a two-way street. If the mine is doing well, the community benefits, and the other way around. That being said, our ambitions are to grow to a 10 million ounce producer over the next few years. We have a great land package. We have everything that it takes to turn what we have into a 5, 6, 7 million producer, but that does not mean we are ignoring the possibility of inorganic growth. So we are looking at other assets close to production or even in production. So far, we haven't pulled the trigger on anything, mainly due to where the markets are. That being said, there is a possibility for inorganic growth as well. One of those ways or both ways together definitely will make us to become a 10 million ounce producer. And I do believe that is my time, and I'm happy to pass it over to Tyler.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Sebastian.